when we think about rhythms, we think about how often are we actually making sure that we're holding things together. How often are we checking in? How often are we reporting on our wins, making sure that we're solving issues and we're coming together to reinforce our mission, our vision? How often are we collaborating? Those rhythms help to build what we like to call team culture. The best experience you can give a human being is to allow them to feel that they're part of something greater, something purposeful. And if you have a mission and you have a vision, it's going to be integral that you share that with your team. So are you meeting bi-weekly or weekly? Are we having different huddles for different purposes? I love to say that if we can have an operating meeting and a team meeting to kind of keep those separate, especially in the online space where we don't have these massive departments, it's always really good to have an operating meeting and a team meeting. Operating meeting can be had like once a month, and in the team meeting, it can be like weekly or bi-weekly depending on your cadence as a CEO, right? It just really depends, very personal. For us, we do it every 2 weeks. We're always in Slack. We love async communication. I think we have mastered it. But for some people, they have to pop up every week, right? So whatever your rhythm is, your rhythm needs to be healthy and it needs to be purposeful. For us, rhythm purposeful, because you're supposed to be using your project management tool well. You're supposed to be making sure that things are visible in terms of the things that other people are supposed to accomplish. Meetings aren't necessarily for updates unless you're managing a huge project. Meetings should be to talk about issues, to actually come up with solutions, to get to the next goal. Because all those meetings that could be emails, they are annoying as heck. They are annoying, and that may be a reason people don't want to work with you. I remember I had a client, past client, no longer a client, and she wanted me to follow up and meet with her VA like every day and once a week, and then she wouldn't do anything and it should all happen in 2 weeks. And I'm like, no, that's actually that's not a great expectation, because one, there's no way I'm going to be able to jump in your business and learn everything within 2 or 3 weeks or even a month, and then also manage this VA who has to be reporting for no reason. So it built up resentment, to be honest. And I remember when we decided to go our separate ways, I said to her, I just don't think we work well together based on what you're expecting and what I'm willing to accomplish, right? I think that what happens when you're so stringent on certain things that don't make sense is that you build resentment in your teammates, you build annoyance, and something that should be an email you're talking about for 2 hours and then nothing is really accomplished. And then if you brought somebody new in, you need to have at least a 90-day window where you are doing check-ins and you are actually clarifying what their deliveries are. We hired somebody to help us with our meta ads. She's a contractor, she has her own processes. She's not within my process, but I have made it clear to her what success looks like for us in the month 1, month 2, and month 3. And I know that I need rhythms. I need to make sure that I am communicating with her. I am seeing where the leeways are. I'm seeing how we can help each other and what I can do to make sure that her job as a contractor in this business makes sense. And when she's finished with her project, she leaves, right? And I want everybody who come and work along with us to feel as if this made sense for them. They were fulfilling their purpose. They were, contributing to a bigger mission, and they're now ready to move forward because they've kind of wrapped up their thing with a bow, right? So check-ins, rhythms, whether it be weekly or bi-weekly, some sort of splitting with the operations and your actual team, something to build team culture. You can decide how you want to manipulate that. It looks different for everybody depending on the size of business, depending on whether you have employees or contractors, it really depends on the vibe and the culture that you want. I've seen a lot of different cultures over my years. I just think that the culture is highly dependent on you. Your team also does not need to be your space for leisure or relaxing. So don't feel offended if you want to play a game and they don't want. You can get friends outside of your team members. It's nice when everybody is cool and everybody is comfortable with each other. I feel that the work goes better. But if you don't have that, that's not something that you have to force. Humans are humans and they'll connect for whatever reason, for whatever purpose, and that's fine. Let's strive to connect with people where they are and allow them to feel as if based on this rhythm, we know them, we know the issues that they're dealing with, and now we're able to connect with them at a level that makes sense. We also want to make sure that everybody feels like you value what they do. And that leads us to number 3. Part 3 of the framework is trust. You hired adults. Well, most of us hire adults. You did not hire children. And when you hired them, because you would have had a great job description, not just one that you went on ChatGPT and say, oh, this is not just another assistant position. This is somebody who is not just another ChatGPT one that was intentionally aligned to attract the right people. No, you're able to trust those people with the job that you have asked them to do. Please, I beg. At this point, we need to understand that when we've been placed in positions, we want to make sure that for our clients that they trust us to get things done. So why can't you trust the people that you've hired to get done? When I peel back the onion layers of trust, I usually see three things. One, the person is actually incompetent and they are the wrong person in the wrong seat, but because you don't want to hurt people's feelings, you do not know how to let them go. I've experienced that. Two, you have a trust issue. And that's a deeper issue that you might need to get some therapy for that. And you are actually, projecting on your team. And three, you have an ego issue and think that only you can get it done. Nobody will ever be as perfect as you. And it has to go your way for it to ever be right. And truth be told, that actually is something that we can accomplish with good systems and good processes. So it goes back up to structure, where if you have a trust issue, usually is embedded in fear, right? You are afraid because you don't know if this person can get it done. But guess what? If you had documented your SOPs, if you had clarified what the final result looks like, if all of you were actually operating under some sort of shared source of truth, then trust would be easier to accomplish. So I want you to think about the overall picture, and I want you to say to yourself, make a commitment to be the dream space that somebody will want to thrive. It's a huge part of your operations, and I truly, truly hope that you get to experience what a high-performing team actually looks like, because the return on your investment when you can duplicate yourself, your thoughts, and you can hire people who are even better equipped than you, because usually you're a CEO, you're a visionary, you are the founder, and you need people who can help you to actually get there, because you don't know everything, and that's what's supposed to happen. You're supposed to be the source of the great ideas. So that's my wish for you. We make sure that we have proper structures, we make sure that we have repeatable rhythms, and then we also make sure that we have trust. Naturally, we are your integrators here at ZM & Co. So if you ever want an integrator to help to get your vision actually off the paper and done, that's who you call. Check us out in the link in the bio below. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you next time. Bye.